Yeah, there really is a reason that I look like crap and have mud all over me right now. Hey everybody, happy Monday. It is Jen, and you probably wonder why I look so beautiful. I mean, a mess. I look a mess. I just got back from hiking, and there's mud on my shirt, and I don't know if you can see. There's like mud all over my pants. Normally when I go hiking, it is not that dirty for me. I mean, even if it's muddy out, I don't get this dirty. Anyway, this is supposed to be my weigh-in video. Sorry, that light. I don't know. I can't find my tripod again. Anyway, this is supposed to be my Monday weigh-in video. I should have fixed up my hair or put on some makeup or something, but I am exhausted, quite honestly. So first, let me start with my weekly weight, and then I will get into why I have all this mud all over me. Okay, so this morning when I woke up, I weighed myself, and I was down, like I lost weight. It was 1.2 pounds. And I'm happy with that because it's a loss. So anytime there's a loss, I'm going to be happy with it. I will say that I was expecting it to at least be 2 pounds or a little bit more because I've been putting in a lot of time on the elliptical, which everything I read says how many calories it burns. I've been doing like an hour a day, and for my body weight, I should be burning at least 1,000 calories a time when I'm doing that. And I started tracking my food, and based on what I'm intaking and everything, I don't know. I think I should have lost more than 1.2 pounds, but hey, I will take it. 1.2 pounds is 1.2 pounds that I no longer have to lose. So, let's see here. That puts me at, I'm not looking at it, but it's 31 point something pounds total. This is week 12 of my weight loss journey. On Sunday, I weighed in for my diet bet, and I weighed a few ounces more. I weighed 261.4 today, and yesterday, I weighed 262 when I woke up. So, I don't know, like I said, I was expecting a little more, but that's okay. Anyway, after I weighed this morning, I got ready, I packed up my backpack, and I decided to go hiking. It was a beautiful day outside. Sorry, like my back hurts right now, and I can't get comfortable, and this light behind me is just driving me crazy. So I'm going to try and tell you guys really quick why I'm muddy. So I decided to go hiking. I decided to do the Waukena Multnomah Falls loop, and you can either start from Waukena Falls or you can start from Multnomah Falls. Multnomah Falls is super, like, well, both Waukena and Multnomah Falls get a lot of tourists, but Multnomah Falls, I think, is like the biggest tourist place like in Oregon. I might be wrong with that, but it's really popular. Like, definitely, like, probably the most popular waterfall tourist place, if not most popular tourist, like, natural attraction here. Anyway, so, like, there's always tons of people. Usually on the weekdays it isn't that bad. I forgot that it was spring break. So it was pretty crowded. Anyway, since Multnomah Falls always has a ton more people, I didn't want to start my hike with a bunch of crowds. So I decided, I parked at Multnomah Falls, and then there's like a half a mile connector trail along the highway that you can walk over to Waukena Falls so that you can walk up. So I took the little connector trail. I walked up Waukena Falls, Fairy Falls, and I was actually like really proud of myself because, let's see here. Fairy Falls is 800 feet elevation, and so far, like, out of all the hikes I've done, I think 900 feet was the highest that I've done. So I got to Fairy Falls, and then you have to go past there to do the loop back around to Multnomah Falls. So anyway, in all, the elevation, the highest elevation on this like loop hike is like 1,500 something, 1,500 something. I'd have to look up the exact. So anyway, I got to Fairy Falls, and then I just kept going. It was really steep in places. Like, it's crazy because like my legs weren't tired, not sore at all. The biggest thing is I was sweating a lot, and there was times where I was a little out of breath, but like mostly it's sweating, and I hate sweating. But my legs didn't bother me at all. So anyway, this is like a 5-mile hike. So I like hiked all the way up on to up the past Fairy Falls, up Waukena Falls Trail to Lark Mountain Trail, and I was probably about a mile from being back to my car, maybe a mile and a half, about a mile and a half from being back to my car. So I was about a half a mile from the top of Multnomah Falls, and I came to this other, like, this beautiful waterfall, and I was like so busy like taking videos and like photos and stuff. Like, I walked down the trail to this waterfall, and there were some other people down there, and once I quit taking pictures and my phone was getting ready to die, sorry, I'm holding this really close to me. So once I was done taking pictures, because my phone was getting ready to die, then I looked around, and like the trail, like there was no trail. And first, let me say, like, during the hike, like there was certain like parts of the embankment where there was still like snow on it, but like none of it covered the trail. It was all on the embankment, and there was like snow on this embankment here by this waterfall. And so I like looked at the other people, and I'm like, did I like pass the Multnomah Falls, like the trail that goes to Multnomah Falls somewhere? Like, did I miss it and get here? Because like this trail ends. And then they start looking around, and they were like, it was 2 guys and a girl, and they were like, oh no, like snow is covering the trail. Like literally, like, I don't know, 4 feet or more of snow was covering a portion of the trail. So I had basically walked at least like 4 miles, probably, like maybe a little less than 4 miles of my total hike, and it's only a 5-mile hike. And so I like had gone almost the whole way. So had they, obviously, because they just realized the trail was covered with snow, so they hadn't come from Multnomah Falls. They must have come from the same way I did. And then I'm like, this really sucks. I said, I do not want to turn around. And then they were like, there was like the steep embankment, because there was like a river, like it wasn't really a river, like a stream, but like a kind of deep, fast flowing stream that the water, obviously the waterfall's falling into it. And so they were like, we'll help you down this, like one of the guys, he's like, here, I'll take your backpack, like, and he put on my backpack because he said that he didn't want me to lose my balance. I had my trekking poles. He's like, those might help you. Anyway, so they went down ahead of me, like, or started to, and the one guy, I'm like, I don't want you like too close because I'm afraid I'm gonna slip. Like, it was really steep. I wish I could have videoed it, but obviously I couldn't video it because, like, I don't know. I was trying not to get my phone wet, and I was climbing down a cliff, basically. So at first I'm scooting on my butt, and he's telling me where to put my foot, and he'd like catch my foot if it went to slip. But like the rocks there, they were like, it was like muddy and wet. And anyway, at one point I had to flip around, and my butt's all wet. I have mud all over, like my hands are all dirty. And so he's like, here, flip around so your stomach's facing the thing, and then like kind of rock climb, and I'll like catch you if you slip. So then like I was almost to the bottom of this thing, and then he's like, okay, slide over to the right, and he slides to the right, and then I like misstepped, and I totally like slid down into this like river thing. So I'm all wet, and then my phone falls out of my pocket, and I grabbed it really quick, so it's still working. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it's still working. Anyway, then we had to like kind of like, well, we should have rock hopped, but at that point I was soaking wet. My boots were soaking wet. So he kind of rock hopped to like a side embankment around the snow so that we could climb up back onto the trail, the part after the snow got done covering it. I just am like, screw it, and I stepped in the water. Like, it wasn't quite up to my knees at that point because we were near the edge, and so it was shallow. Anyway, he helped me back up onto the trail. At that point, I'm all muddy, and then they were all like, you know what, this is going to give us all a great story to tell, and I'm like, thank you guys so much. You saved my life, because that's really how I felt. I felt like these wonderful strangers had saved my life. Oops, sorry about that. Because they, like, I don't know, I guess probably if they weren't there, I probably would have just turned around and walked 4 miles back and had an 8-mile hike. I don't know, but since they were there, like, they saved me from, like, floating down the river, like, whatever. He was very helpful. And then he's like, I really want to take my picture with you so that when I tell my girlfriend about this, she can put your name with your face. So he took a picture of us together. And then I'm like, you know what, my phone is dying, but I want to show people who saved my life, so I want to take a picture of me with you. So here's my phone. Let's take the picture real quick. So insert here is the man who saved me. Okay, so his name is Tristan, and Tristan is very nice. Thank you so much, Tristan. Anyway, that was my hiking adventure today. I took a bunch of video clips of my hike, which I'll put together in a hiking video and put in my hiking playlist. But that's a quick story of why I'm all muddy and I look like crap right now. So I lost weight this week. I went on an adventure, and walking down the mountain, a lady was behind me with her kids, and her name was Annette. She told me her name's Annette. She was from Utah, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're a real backpacker up here, because it's a lot of tourists. I'm like, why do you say that? She's like, you have a wonderful pack and great boots. And I'm like, and my pants are soaking wet and there's mud all over me. She's like, well, that's what makes you look like a real adventurer. I'm like, yeah, I fell in the river. She's like, well, you're very brave and you are a real backpacker. And she talked to me all the way down the mountain. So anyway, thank you, Annette, for saying I'm a real backpacker. Thank you, Tristan, and your friends who I didn't get your name, for saving my life. And that is my weigh-in for today. And I hope you're all having a happy Monday, and I'll post my hiking video later. Bye.